Don't ask me how. I don't know. Just like I knew everything, okay, when the need came. And I said her, and I picked my mom. I want you to know something. They showed me before I was born until I drowned. And before that, they showed me I was Laren. I was an individual then. And they said, you have to go and live in this physical dimension and live a life there. It's important that you have to do this. And they explained it to me, and it all made sense. I saw the connectivity of the smallest, tiniest little thing that I did reverberated down through a timeline that was amazing. The smallest kindness you show to another person can ripple down line for 1,000 years. And they showed me from before I was born until I drowned, and then they showed me from there up. And something happened. Once I picked my mom and they showed me drowning, and they told me, you have to go back. I immediately resisted. I almost changed my mind at that point, because what they showed me, when I saw my life, I didn't want nothing to do with it. And now I understand why. I want nothing to do with that. I'm like this. No, no, no. I don't. But it was too late. I'd already made my choice to go back and live this life. I didn't have to come back. I made the choice to come back because I wanted that other door. And I think we'll stop this video right here because I know I'm probably going over, right? No. No, I'm not a religious person. I just have understanding and belief. I don't want to call it faith because that puts a religious connotation on it. I don't even want to use the word God, because then these people, just like the haters on YouTube, they're going to twist and turn it to use it however they want, like they always have. To kill, murder, steal, and do the most horrible things ever on this planet were done in the name of God. You will not be punished for what you've done here. You will be punished for what you left undone. If you see a murderer here, like this guy who murdered the 2 little girls, I forget his name. You look at their eyes. They got this look. Or they're just proud and happy that they did it. Yeah, fuck yeah, murder it. You know, they're one of the, but it's animal. That is an animal. That is not a human being. Now this is going to really, this is going to anger some people, and it's going to really piss some people off. But you wonder, how could someone murder kids? Like that dentist they just busted, raping as young as 3-year-olds. They have him on video of these kids screaming and actually passing out during this experiment. How could someone do that? Because he does not have a human soul in his body. If you take an embryo and it's born, when you have a memory, you know, when something happens, because you're a product of your environment, when something happens, when I drop this, or when I have some memory, a physical node, a physical change happens to your brain. And all your memories and experiences form these nodes, and you develop into a walking, talking person. But there's not a human soul there, just the animal. It can be smart, it can do all the things we can do, but it has no conscience. Now I know I'm going to get bit for this. I know that. I know I'm going to get yelled at. But when you ask, how can these people do these things, right? Because they have no conscience. No, they don't think like us. No, they don't cry at night for the pain people suffer. No, they don't do any of that. You see? Because they're not like us. They are truly not like us. So when you see all this murder and mayhem going on, those are not humans. They're animals. They got a body just like ours. Their mind has developed just like ours. They can do the same little tricks. They can juggle and do all the shit that we can do. But they have no conscience. And when they die, okay, that life energy goes to this animal place. It all made sense when I was there. It all made sense. And now You know, it was a whole lifetime struggle to try to re-understand what happened to me, because it happened to me as a child and not an adult. 1947 through 1951, that blind study group, okay, people that could see during their near-death experience. Hard to explain. There's a lot of things that are hard to explain. But the seventh dimension is not hard to explain. The math shows these places exist. We just have a hard time comprehending exactly what it is, right? You have the capacity to understand dimensionality, believe it or not. Let's say I take a cube, a square, okay, and it's made of plexiglass, and I shine a light through that plexiglass. When that shadow lands, all you see is lines, but your mind instantly recognizes that as a three-dimensional object. You can draw a three-dimensional object on a two-dimensional piece of paper, and your mind instantly recognizes that as three dimensions because you have the tools to do it. You just don't have the tools to think about the fifth, sixth, and seventh dimensions. But they exist. There's more proof of the sixth, seventh, and eighth dimension than there ever was in the Christian religion. Ever. How did Christ do the miracles he did? How? I'll tell you how. He had the ability to work between those dimensions. Pretty simple. He could work between those. He was taken, he was trained, he was educated. He was a special man. He was created intentionally with a perfect mind, a perfect body. No animal in him. He was all human man. The only one ever in history. Now, I won't say that none of us ever made it directly to that last door, because I imagine that there were a few who made it, that were righteous enough to actually make it, okay? That they conquered the animal within, and they actually made it, okay? But 99.999% of us, the animal's still in control. But the math, the science, rely on the math and the science. It's there. You don't have to understand that God has an address written in mathematics. Right? God has an address written in mathematics. And he's right so close that you can't imagine it. Your mind just cannot grasp the concepts. It's difficult to grasp some scientific concepts. I understand that. E equals mc squared. How many people have heard that? E equals mc squared. And you can't travel faster than the speed of light. Of course, I think that is total and utter bullshit. Okay, another egotistical human statement. A billion years from now, we'll look back and laugh. How many times has knowledge changed through history? Every fucking day. They're proven wrong or adjusted. Every single day. But today, you can't go faster than the speed of light, okay? And it just disgusts me. I'm ashamed sometimes, okay? That the shit that comes out of our human species. The universe is full of intelligent life, self-aware intelligent life. That is the purpose for the creation of the physical universe. That's it. This place is full. And there are probably many, 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 many other universes all side by side. And they're full of intelligent life. And they all go back to the source. It's so much bigger and grander than any damn, Sunday school Christian teacher's ever going to tell you about. As far as they're concerned, there is no other life out there. Some of them will say, well, listen, the numbers are so ridiculous that they can't say that, but we're special. Yeah, in your mind. I understand how hard it is. Let's do an example. E equals mc squared. It's hard to understand. But let's break it down into a simpler form. Let's just say my phone weighs 1 pound. And this is a scale. And I'm going to drop this 1 pound phone from 1 foot. and I'm going to read